What's up guys, I'm Jonthepotter and welcome back to another pottery video. Today we're talking about tools. So I was just looking on Amazon the other day for tools and came across this 8-piece set for like $7. I always need some more wire cutters. I always lose my metal scraper. Can always use another rib, another needle tool. So for $7 I thought, hey, like I might as well try out this set. The only thing that I don't like about this particular set is this sponge. Those round sponges, I just don't like them. So then, I found another set of nice sponges. So, both of these products are linked below. And if you want to go ahead and buy one of those, I think I make a little bit of money on if you buy one. But I'm just gonna open this up and talk about the tools a little bit. It's always nice to get tools that don't have clay on them and are just so nice. The other nice thing is about these trim tools is the ones, if you use them a lot, you know, they get dull, and so if you get new ones, then I always can notice right away that they are nice and sharp. So this would be, if you're a potter just starting out, you don't want to spend a bunch of money on tools. Like I have a ton of tools and some are nice and some are okay, but $7, I mean, you always need an extra wire tool or two. You can always use extra sponges, even though I don't like these kind of sponges, but some people probably like them. You can always use this nice wood tool, nice and sharp. Needle tool, I can't tell you how many times you need a needle tool per day if you're a potter. Nice needle tool. One of these ribs, super nice. And then these wood tools, these are nice for different things. I specifically like a little shorter one. I'll show you. So this is the one I use to trim usually, so you can see a big difference between like that and that. And then the last trim tool, I often use that trimmer, and I use both of these. So this is a great 8-piece starter set. I mean, I used to use one like this, but now I like mine a little shorter. Each end can be used for something. So that's what I would suggest. Start out with like a $7 thing. And then I would also suggest getting a package of sponges. Because, and this is especially, I needed some more sponges. Look how big that nice and big sponge that is. I mostly need more sponges because I can never find the sponges, but. So like this is the sponge that I'm using like right now, and I swear this thing used to be like probably as big as this one, but I just use it so many times. But the reason why I like these kind of sponges better than this one is because this one, it has like different kinds of grooves in it. So like, let's get this one wet. So there you go, I just got it wet so it's not as stiff. I can see right here there's a little slot right there. I could, if I'm throwing a mug or a bowl or something and I want the lip to be really smooth, then I can use that part of the sponge to smooth out the rim, which this doesn't really have that. So I'm gonna throw a couple pots using these sponges, use this new equipment and new tools. Getting new tools is so nice and fun. I just don't even wanna get them dirty yet. You need some new pottery tools. If you're first starting out and you wanna get, I mean, $7 can always use extra. If you're me, I mean, some people I'm sure just need like one of everything and they're good to go. But not quite sure what I would do with a sponge that's this big. Oh, is it 2 sponges? Oh no, it's just, is it? That is a big, big sponge. I don't know what I would do with that, but they get smaller, especially but this one I like. This one seems nice too. So this was natural sea and synthetic sponges for artists, assorted sizes. And I think a package like this is great because like I didn't really know, like I was just using a sponge like this in college, and then all of a sudden someone gave me a more natural sea sponge, kind of like this one. And all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, this is way better. It's way better than these. I mean, these have their time and place for certain things, but it's nice to have a variety because then you can try different ones and then I'm sure you'll find the sponge that you like the best. And great way to get started. So I'll get on the wheel and I'll start throwing some stuff. Throw a little bowl. Using our new tools. All right, let's see what sponge do I want to use. I'm gonna use this sponge. It's kind of a different shape than I normally use, but I can tell it's pretty nice. So I pretty much always throw the sponge on my outside hand. Just keeps the outside wet, keeps my fingers smooth right along there. And then I pretty much always have it in my right hand. I can tell that this pot is not perfectly centered, which means I will use my brand new, you guessed it, needle tool. So needle tools, the most common thing I use them for is cutting the top off. So we got the top cut off. The needle tool worked very nicely. I'm gonna use a different sponge, maybe this one, that has some more spots in it to smooth out that edge. Oh, I like that. That's nice. So I just am sticking that edge right in between some of those slots in this one, and that makes a really nice and smooth edge. Now if I was throwing a big bowl with a flat bottom, I would take my rib tool and compress that. If I wanted to use the rib to make the bowl kind of more of a bowl shape, you could do that. So I'm just using that rib tool right on the edge there. I'm gonna take this tool and kind of create that edge around that bottom. Take a sponge again, sponge out the middle of that. Brand new wire tool, which you seriously, you can't have enough. Ooh, it's nice and long too. I like that. Nice and long. That's longer than the ones I normally use. So then I would just kind of wrap it up. I'm gonna just cut underneath the bottom. You can tell that worked out perfectly. Now we have a circle bowl, but that's not interesting enough for us. We like things much more interesting, so. Then I'll go back around the edge, make that perfectly circle. And there we go. Made with all new tools. Yes. So now we just have to let that dry for a couple hours, and then we can trim them with our new trim tools. All right, we'll throw one more thing. I'm gonna try a different sponge now. I'm gonna throw a little bit wider bottom, and then I'm gonna use my rib tool to compress that bottom. Ooh, that feels nice. Now, I probably don't need to do it for something this small, but if we were doing a wider one, and for a couple extra seconds, it doesn't hurt. Okay, so last thing I want to show you with these tools, my favorite thing to do with this tool is to put these marks in the edge. So let me get a pot real quick. Okay, so now I take this edge, which I really like this wood tool because it's not super sharp of an edge. It's like a little rounded off, which I like. And then I start at the bottom and then put that little spiral in there. And that just creates like a super cool way for the glaze to form in there. I'll show you what I mean by that. So these three all have that little spiral made from. We're gonna go into this mug and then we're gonna come out at home. Ready? Oh, we're home. Jumping on the trampoline. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, comment below. Oh, hit the bell button to be notified. If you're interested in those tools, hit those links below. And we will see you in the next video.